Minyano Michacham. Greetings to you all. There's your brother YK. Today is the Monday, the 3rd of April 2017. And then Bezek Magnet to make a hope you had a nice weekend. And your weekend was splendid. Mine was, by the grace of God. Greetings to you all once again from the Queensland. Time check now is 12:32. Ghana Diabo 11:33. We can't 33 because time changes in Seattle 33. I'm using this screen as my video. After what went on during newsfile. Newsfile program beyond paper. But if you want to get to the bottom of our problems and the rot in our system, we need to get serious. My problem with newsfile on Saturday is because on the program on Saturday, it was like Okujeto was ganged up. Sam Ablakwa Okujeto. I've criticized him in the past. But I think the guy has matured exceedingly in the last 4 years. He was ganged up. That is a gang political rape. In fact, being one of the persons who actually went on radio as well to say that, in fact, monies were given. He was on Adom Radio with Captain Smart's program to affirm to the fact that monies were really given to them. So, in fact, it's not only a Yariga who went on radio. Sam Okujeto Ablakwa also went on radio. But you see, what really disturbs me most, newsfile is not trying to interrogate the issue properly. If newsfile want to talk about the bribery scandal, then they should get to the bottom of it. They should actually interrogate comments made on newsfile by the person Mutaka Muhammad, who is alleged to have distributed the money. And in fact, on that day, on Saturday, we weren't short of people with legal brains, as we call them, lawyers. The host himself, Samson Anyenini. Yeah, the name and Samson, as I call him for short. I call him my baby bro, and I call him my cousin as well. But Minya, I'm going to get to the truth. But it's no prayer about what do I say? If we are not afraid, if we are afraid to speak the truth and to confront issues and to tell people the truth, then we cannot solve any problem. I'm going to be plain far on this video. Plain in the sense that we cannot on the one side of our mouth be talking about we want to, the system is rotten. We say all sorts of things about the system, but we cannot have the courage of our conviction to confront issues when we have to. So in fact, we are part of the rot. We are part of the rot. Most of us do not have the courage to express our convictions. We don't have it. What is the difference between us and the politician? The politician, in fact, thinks that we are all stupid. And we, on the other side, when there's an issue that we need to confront, we need to call things by their proper name. We called in. We don't want to discuss the canker, the real problem that is confronting us. And why am I saying this? I'm going to calm down a minute, because when I look at how we want to talk from both sides of our mouth, it makes me want to puke. Once again, this is your brother YK. Ghana, we will continue speaking the truth, and we will continue calling things by the proper names. No matter who is in the line of fire, we will face things and call things by their proper names. We will not allow people to think they are so smart and they are so clever to camouflage things and make us feel as if they are talking and they are in defense of our nation and the good of our nation, but in fact they are hiding the truth from the people. Things that they need to discuss, they don't talk about it. They actually push it under the carpet, as if see no evil, hear no evil. Then they come out and make us feel as if they are trying to expose something. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. This particular issue makes me bold out, because something happened on newsfile when this issue came out. Osu was called to interview. Muntaka Muhammad was called to interview. Two things Muntaka Muhammad said when he was called to interview. Even the host, Samson, tried to question him on the second one, and Muntaka dropped the phone. And that was it. I was expecting that whenever this issue comes up again, Muntaka will be called to come and explain himself what he said and why he said that. Two things Muntaka said when he was called on the program on that day that Joe Wise or Joe Seusu was called as well. Muntaka said, I have not given Ayariga any money. Muteniyo, I have not given Ayariga any money, and I, Muntaka Muhammad, said it was coming from Joe Usu or it was coming from Ejakun. That is YK, your brother. Minyano, what does this mean? This simply means that he didn't give Ayariga any money and said it was coming from those people. It doesn't mean that he never gave Ayariga any money. Munteniye, he said, I have not given Ayariga any money, and I said it was coming from Joe Oseusu or Ejakun. Secondly, Muntaka said something that is very, very shocking. Even that is more shocking. He said, we, the opposition minority, we met and said that this time we are not going to take any money from anyone. Like I'm saying, in this statement, the host himself, Samson Anyenini, tried to ask him to explain himself, but Muttaka dropped the phone. You see, when you look at Muttaka's body language during the so-called committee, Jogate committee, is a useless. It was a useless exercise, so far as I'm concerned. It was a useless exercise. But let's probe into it. Let's look into what. If you look at Muttaka's body language when he came with his lawyer, apparently Samson, my baby bro Samson Anyenini as well, representing him. Obviously, what I know is that when you take a lawyer, you tell the lawyer the whole truth. So I would assume Samson knows the whole truth. He knows the whole truth. So in fact, I wasn't even expecting him to host a program discussing that issue, because it makes some of us sit back and your integrity is on the line as well. You see, when the issue was in the committee was sitting and Samson was representing Muttaka, he excused himself from hosting the next newsfile or so, which was discussing the thing, and that was okay. So I see him sitting down there last Saturday talking about this issue when he knows the whole truth. Muttaka must have told him the whole truth, and we sitting back, we don't have legal brains, but we have common sense. We have common sense, and common sense law is based on common sense. You see, common law na dimupa na nyansa wum no is based on common sense. So we have common sense. We know very well that Muttaka has made two statements that actually means a lot. Those two statements must be probed properly. We need to go into it. I say don't much go near finding out what they really mean. Ghana, we don't do that. And then we sit around and talk from both sides of our mouth and accuse the system is rotten, the system is not fit, the system, some people to say what? This is a systematic failure. We use all sorts of things to describe the system. Of course, we all know the system is rotten. The system is a failure. But you and I may be part of it as well, because we never express the courage of our convictions of saying that the system is rotten and the system is a failure. It's a systematic failure, institutional failure, whatever. We call it all sorts of names. I have called it Ghana is virtually a failed state. These are people are not on the street fighting. And do you know why? Because you and I may be part of the reason. You and I do not have the courage. You don't have the balls to call things by their proper name and to probe and probe and probe until the truth is out. In fact, Ayariga is not my favorite politician, but this program that I'm doing right now has got nothing to do with Ayariga's personality and what he's done in the past. It's got everything to do with the CANKER in Parliament, the bribery that has been going on for decades, that this issue presented itself for us to root it out and to really sanction people and to really punish people, so that it will be like a precedent. An example, for others to fear that we need to clean our parliament and our politics, one of the wings of government. But no, we're trying to we're trying to make a cover up. We're trying to claim that something never happened. Are we mad? Of course money changed hands. Of course Muttaka gave people money, but where the money was coming from, nobody knows. You and I know that very well. Muttaka said, I never gave Ayariga any money and said it was coming from Oseusu. Why didn't the committee ever ask him to explain that? The Jogate committee, why didn't any of them ask him to explain that? Why didn't any of them ask him to explain why? He said that this time the opposition met and we said we weren't going to take any money. Why didn't they ask him that? Why hasn't newsfile that Obeka Osono call him again to ask him those two statements? What did he mean by that? We think you see, what are we doing to ourselves? I want to pick my words carefully, because people like KWAKU, and we found what is ANKOMAH on the program as well, and this guy, what is his name, that MPP guy that had some issues to do with also some scandal around him, say or say uncle court gymnastics or acrobatics in court, some tapes that leaked out. I've forgotten that guy's name. Is on the program as well, a very young politician. He was trying to play politics with it, and they ganging up against Okujeto Black say Okujeto Momno Obegu Parliament in Mass. What dignity has Parliament got? You tell me. You seriously tell me. Are we joking? Do we want to fix things, or we want to brush things under the carpet? Parliament needs respect, right? Then it better start doing the right thing. Today is what, Monday? We're going to see what the speaker is going to say. Parliament, you call yourself Honorable August House. We haven't started yet with you. I think you're going to call most of us to come apologize, and we bloody not apologize for anything. You want war, you face war with the people, because people are getting fed up of Parliament. 275 people that you cannot try to be honest with the people of Ghana, and you want to be called honorables and you call yourself August House? No way. We will start calling bloody things by their bloody proper names. Now let's get on to this issue on newsfile. Okujeto, I take my hat off for you, because you found yourself in the situation whereby you were caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Whether you need to stick to your guns, or you need to, and you did it you tried to be very, very diplomatic in your responses, and I applaud you. You've matured so much, because you didn't get angry. You didn't act like this guy, what's his name, NDC communicator, or Mahama Mulusu Poto. He's part of it. What's his name? Omani Buama. He comes on newfile and his conduct is so appalling. Okujeto, you've matured. You've matured so much, and I have criticized you in the past, but you have matured. You have matured. With everything that was going on newsfile, you kept your cool. You said what you needed to say. You even when you're going to say something that would Parliament, a big Parliament in a small way, you come out to say you are saying this not because you are trying to run down Parliament, but you want to say things as the truth is. You try to be as credible as you can. But you see, this is YK, your brother. We have a problem in Ghana, and we have people who can tell the truth. That's what I'm trying to say. But they come on radio, they go on TV, and especially on this program on Newsfile, I was really appalled that two statements that Mutaka made that are very, very serious to this bribery scandal was never mentioned on Newsfile on Saturday. And they were discussing this bribery scandal. You think we are all stupid as well? Politicians want to think the people are stupid, and people who sit on TV and they seem to have some recognition as the embodiment of wisdom so far as political analysis and the issues surrounding politics in Ghana is concerned, and law and whatever they want to call it. They sit down and they don't probe. They refuse. They run away from probing the real issues that underpin this bribery scandal in Parliament. The person who made them, Mutaka, they refuse to question that person's thinking and the way those statements were made, why he made them, we're in serious trouble. I'm going to end by saying either we are part of the problem or we are part of the solution. Either way, we form part of something. If we are part of the solution, we need to have the courage of our convictions and call things by their proper names in Ghana. Other than that, no issue can be sustainably resolved and solved. Ehumobrono edoso, empathono edoso. The hypocrisy is too much. This bribery scandal, this bribery saga in Parliament, we cannot try and shove certain things under the carpet and make certain people feel like they are guilty of trying to concoct any stories or whatever. I'm not saying that Ejaku gave any money. I don't think so. Personally, I don't think Ejaku ever gave any money. But I can bet my last penny on that Mutaka distributed money, because he has never denied that. He hasn't even questioned that. He was never questioned about that. He was never questioned about that. Never. Even the committee didn't question him whether he distributed money. They questioned him whether he distributed money and said it was coming. They think we are stupid. I think that's what I heard. They asked him whether he distributed money and said it was coming from Ejaku or your friend saying Jose Usu. They never questioned the man whether he actually distributed money, wherever the money was coming from. It is so sad what's happening in our country. Parliament is obviously feckless. They need to sit up and clean up the mess. They need to do more than they are doing. I'm not holding any brief for Ayarika. He's not one of my favorite politicians. He's got too many allegations and scandals around him to do with corruption. He's not my favorite politician. You can question his motive for going on radio, as stupid as it sounds, going on radio and talking about this issue and making an allegation against one member of parliament, apparently in his own party as well. And something that he said, he knows very well that he's a smart guy in a way, in quotes, that he knows very well that is going to blow out. But he did that. He went on radio and spoke about it. Why he did that, I don't know. But it doesn't make it doesn't negate the fact that Mutaka actually distributed money. I mean, it's not only one person who has said it. It's Okuja to Abloko also lying. The other ones, are they also lying? But the point I'm trying to make as well is that the man said they met and said that this time they weren't going to take any money. So that is my bone of contention. If people really want to think and want to probe this issue properly, that is where you need to start. If we really want to find out whether bribery has been going on in Parliament, especially during vetting processes, the vetting committee, we need to find out whether in the past they have been taking bribes, and we need to do a proper analysis and probe into this matter. Any serious country, that's what they do. They go to the past and find out what has happened. Some your friend saying people who face the committee, what happened? Was there any issue to do with something that will remotely show say money has been changing hands? We are not doing that. God help our country. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Bye.